underway, ladies and gentlemen, the third place playoff game between Fnatic and Pain Gaming. Thanks, Red. It is time to get underway. Fnatic versus Pain Gaming, the third place matchup. But if you're thinking this game's going to be a bit of a rubber, don't you worry about it. Pain and Fnatic will turn it on. They'll give us aggression. Exactly what we're looking for as we go into the game. It can already begin if King RD can reach with a telekinesis, but he will not.
He's getting close.
He is. He's actually not that far off. They get the grab, pull him back in with Chilling Touch. The slow is there. Pilot Eye's in trouble. Pain Gaming under the tier 1 tower. They had the vision, but not the damage. Down to 21 HP. Warlock will Shadow Word and bring himself up. Weeha's in the neighborhood. They still want the kill, but they won't find it. Hi, Blitz. Welcome to the game.
What is going on right now? Weeha shows up at first two, and now they're going for the tips. Pilot die. Envy making his way up. Abed and Wee just staring at each other. Wee has dropped all of his items in mid.
There's going to be a fun little battle between them.
Nobody's going for the block.
They'll hopefully head back for it in just a second. You got 10 seconds before it's going to begin. Abed's making his way for it now. So having this Luna, we're talking about tri-lane, the powerful lane that comes with the Ancient Apparition from Pain Gaming. Seeing this in the off lane as well, so not even worrying about dealing with the Darkseid. They're all about shutting down Eternal Envy. How is EE meant to survive this lane?
I'd imagine at some point it becomes a lot better for him, where he just sits up here, he sustains HP. Once you get the Helm of Dom, you're pretty much independent anyways. And HFN, I mean, he's going to have a lot of help here. But Envy's used to this sacrificial role, I think. Yesterday we saw when he had to play the Spectre, their decision to sort of abandon him up there.
Just accept the fact that he can't do anything. But does that then mean the Pain Gaming, do they rotate early? Do you start to bring players down to bottom lane? Because DJ and Universe are going to make life a living hell for Tavo. Or they could just try and go back into mid lane and we end up having this dual meta that we had before. We, as well as King RD against Arbet and Pilot Eye.
Yeah, Envy right now is saying not again. He's so sad about this.
He's actually using the Jimmy spot. Like that's demon in the trees.
The harass starts right now. Duster getting some right clicks in. Envy already dipping to about half HP, but the heal is there from the Warlock. And I like that they give the Warlock up. It's a third place match. Fnatic, they can't get any points from this. Pain in a similar situation, but it's a good way to test yourself, right? Give them their best hero, the hero that nobody else seems to be able to beat. If you can beat it, that'd be a huge boon for them in the drafting as the lift starts.
Yeah, it starts on Pilot Die. We didn't have first blood before on Pilot Die, but we get it now. Under the tier 1 tower on top, Pain will spill it. Downside about that safe lane Lycan, you just know he can do absolutely nothing but watch if they choose not to attack into him. Mid lane looks slightly even for CS, the difference between Arbet as well as we. But this will change once the Soul Ring arrives for the DK.
And a large part of that is just because of the Warlock sitting there from the early get-go. Eventually the DK will catch up. It's the nature of the hero right now.
Suspecting bottom lane to be a little bit more aggressive, but Tavo keeping his distance. You get a wraparound from DJ now, but he always knows like he's not going to get assaulted by two players at the same time.
Weeha just holding the wave right now. We'll see the DD room from Abed.
Probably not as scary unless there's a little bit more behind, aka you got a full bottle charge or something, but yep.
They come in.
Yeah, looking for a grab. Doesn't have, actually now, hits level 2. Fade Bolt's available. Arbet doesn't have a jump away. Weeha, Freeze Fire's already been used. And he's low on life, does not want to keep that pressure onto Arbet. But King RD had to come in to create a little bit of space.
I think King RD might have baited him a little because he popped his salve at the same time and Weeha no longer has it. Stuck at 200 HP as Abed just sitting in that lane right there as Duster trading some hits, starting to get a little bit low, is just going to go for the TP.
Oh, actually canceling it. Thinking that maybe King RD was there to combo with. King RD doesn't actually have his combo. He needs 245 mana to get both the Telekinesis and Fade Bolt.
At bottom lane, Universe having more or less absolute free farm against Tavo, playing the Pango. Can't really do too much to contest this lane as a melee, and he's just got to hope that HFN is having a similarly good time up at top lane, which we know he is.
Yeah. The CS 17-7 for HFN, so it's been pretty good. Obviously, there was also the kill up on top lane previously. But I'm also thinking, like, what's going to happen with Fnatic's bottom lane? It's going to pressure in towards the tower, but the pressure is going to be pulled off when DJ and Universe finally go for this stack that's been preparing on the bot, which they're actually doing now. So this is even more money coming in for Universe and DJ.
Top lane Pi.
Yeah, chilling touches out. Paladai being slowed down by that may just be enough distance for King RD to close the distance. Paladai. 2 kills for Pain Gaming. Both have been on this Warlock. I kind of want to give him 2.5 after that first blood attempt.
It was close.
It was close.
This top lane doesn't seem like it's going to slow down anytime soon. Envy relegated to just soaking up XP in the tree line.
I found the Observer.
Yeah, just taking away all the weapons right now from Fnatic.
It's efficiency tangoing too. So the only 2 Observer wards which are left for Fnatic are going to time out in about a minute, 2 minutes. That's watching the top rune as well as the Radiant bottom jungle. So any kind of rotations are spotted out. But Pain Gaming, I don't think they really care about this right now because they still keep looking towards the top lane. A ward down by King RD. They see the backlines. This time they go for Eternal Envy. Paladai will give the Shadow word, but Eternal Envy, it's way too much damage. It's a level 2 chilling touch from Duster. There's just no way to escape that.
And in the game against Optic, felt like both teams were a little bit more passive in the lanes. Pain Gaming is not a passive team whatsoever. They're going to apply the pressure on you.
Dead?
He has no mana.
There's Surge available,
Yeah,
so DJ can close it up. But yeah, with no mana available, there's no way to jump away with a swashbuckle. And friends from King RD does not arrive in time for the telekinesis throw. So finally the dual lane for Fnatic. We're able to bring him down. Pain
DJ's
Gaming.
still chasing. Oh, whips on the stun.
Level 2 Burrow Strike. We don't even need to commentate.
They accurately summed up my feelings there.
Yeah. Yeah, back to the lanes and Universe. So all this money which he's picking up in the very early start. How do you actually see him building in for this? Like, do you just like it's just straight up Dominator? Do you think about the big team fights, expecting Pain Gaming to give you that? Is it early and quickly into the mech?
Maybe Dom into Pipe. I think Pipe has a lot of value against the AA, the Luna. A lot of magical damage, at least for the early game. At some point, you might think about a Crimson Guard, but I don't think people go for mech very often anymore. Just considering there's so many different items that neutralize that. You've got the AA Ice Blast. You have Spirit Vessel if they end up going for that at some point. There's just too many ways to deal with it nowadays.
Yep. Oh, Weeha adding pressure towards that mid tower. The Dragon Form came up, but of course he wants to start pushing, bringing the mid tower down to 50%. A bit harder to push it after that, but Universe and DJ actually giving space to Pango. Got to give big props. Last time I got to cast Tavo on this stage, he was at this stage of the game, I think 6 deaths in. But only 1 now on the Pangolier.
That was a really hard game for him to play, though. He was brew against a Clockwork and a Leshrac. The balloon's out again, I'm sure.
The balloon? No, that's Pangolier. We're cheering for the Taunt. That's what that is.
Okay.
100%.
I feel it.
He is an inspirational Puss in Boots. HFN's adding a little bit more pressure towards the top lane. They've got a catapult behind it, but it seems to be rather difficult when Pylite just throws down the Fatal Bonds and HFN becomes a little bit more cautious. Duster and King RD also haven't found that opportunity just yet.
Universe wants to look for the dive right now as DJ coming in with the collapse, level 5. Tapo gonna make his way over.
Has to pounce away top lane. TP's coming in from the SK. As it was Pain Gaming on the other side of the map. Oh, hello, you've actually got a surged up DJ. In with the rest of the Iron Shell. King RD starts to burn. He doesn't have telekinesis, but the Lucid Beam creates space. Same with the Fate Bolt. Sandstorm, King RD's on the edge of it. The Caustic Finale is on him. Fatal Bonds connect him, and it kills King RD before the TP can complete, but Tavo has arrived. The Rolling Thunder is in. They turn on the Eclipse, and Lycan will fall. Pain Gaming establishing control of the top lane.
And this is a quick team. Pain, they're going to make these kinds of rotations. Tavo is not a passive offlaner whatsoever. Universe, the type of hero that's just going to farm a little bit more. Try to send DJ in with the Surge and the Ion Shell, but it just wasn't enough reinforcements as Tavo makes all the difference there. This mid tower is starting to drop really low. Highlight TP's in.
They may want to be careful about this. With it being in deny range, the Pain Gaming, actually, yeah, Fnatic are already denying it. They don't want to have any chance of that. Actually, yeah, it's Universe who'll deny it. Actually, Universe takes the bottom tower and mid tower denied.
Top tower, though, is going to go down. HFN. No contest here.
Yeah, they already had their fight and lost at Fnatic. It turned into gain something else out of another lane. Arbed being harassed up. She drops Arbed real low, but Arbed believes he can keep playing for the outplay. He just boots.
He's gonna dance with them.
He's cut the mana.
Oh, he's gonna go for this?
He doesn't know where the Rubik is.
Oh.
It's got to be the other question in his mind. It's just like, how far away is the control factor of the Rubik? But with a little bit of help, SK's nearby. Decides against it.
That's a lot of wand charges on the side of Weehaw too. He could just pop the stun.
DJ and Universe, they have themselves a Dark Troll Summoner. And they're going to smoke up. They're looking for a fight. They would love to finish off Weehaw. All those wand charges will be hard to get through, but when you bring in the level 4 Iron Shell, the burn will be hard and fast. And Arbed...
There we go, DJ.
Yep, they're going to look to slow him up. Weehaw came down the steps, and that's death for the mid laner. Good rotation from Fnatic. The TP from Pango will not complete. That would have been difficult if he TP'd in. That could have been another kill for Fnatic.
I like how self-aware Weehaw was. He's like, I probably shouldn't have stayed there with 600 HP with everyone missing.
Look at that movement speed once again, the Sand King. Who needs a Blink Dagger when you have a Darkseer just to enable you? This is the reason probably why Universe hates playing this hero. It's like, I can enable everyone else on my team to do really cool things, but me, I punch a tower. And now Rolling Thunder comes in, pick him up, kick him up, throw him back down again, pull him in, and there goes the kill. Pain Gaming. Bringing down Universe, and they get the Dominated Creep as well, so extra 200.
That's 200 gold. Tavo showing off right now. They are abusing the hell out of the voice lines right now.
And that's what Val put it in there for, right? Just like fountain hooking, it was there to abuse. But DJ's getting some really good space on bottom lane that's going to give him his levels. Thanks to the unbridled control that Fnatic is trying to establish through the bottom part of the map. I guess each support gets their opening now, unless Arbed believes he can get a jump onto the Rubik.
They're thinking about it right now. DJ, if he could find the angle, he needs Arbed to get a little bit closer.
Rune. It's an Arcane Rune on the Storm Spirit. Like, he'd have to be wanting to jump.
You got to get a little bit closer on DJ. You got to go for this naturally, too.
There it is. Jump forward. DJ has the Burrow Strike available. Looked like he was playing defense by moving back with the Sandstorm. Meanwhile, Ancient Apparition dying on top. Eternal Envy went into dog form, finds the kill.
Easy pickup for them on opposite ends of the map. You do grab the 2 supports. Envy needed something like that. Though he doesn't get the last hit, some space is alleviated. Tavo, not about it.
Yeah. DJ's already on the retreat. Difficult to find that kill as well when they both come in without the reveal. Don't hit the right timing on the Sandstorm and DJ can just move away. And all the supports, they're trying to get him a little bit more space to work with. This King RD was able to crack his 6. Everyone actually has their ultimates apart from the SK, because he doesn't need to get it early on.
Luna right now, way ahead of the pack when it comes to net worth.
6.7k to the 5.8, 5.9k, and that's Darkseer who has that money. He is building the pipe. But kind of makes you, you beg the question, does Storm Spirit have enough items to really be effective? Obviously, Arbed is a fantastic player, and we saw him being very efficient looking for the kill in mid lane before. But what do you need to really enable this Storm Spirit against the Pain Gaming lineup enough to survive and fight?
You probably just got the Orchid and go for the BKB right after. I feel like this build going for Kaya makes it so that you can actually have mid-game presence. I feel like the Bloodstone is just too slow of an item, especially against a team like Pain. Pain, what they want to do is just run at you, take as many fights as possible. Abed has to be aware of that. He has to create space for Envy. There's a reason why Envy was sacked so hard in the early game, was so that he could recover in the mid game and Abed could create the space for him. But King RD, they're going to run into him.
Yeah, they were smoked up. They had the Observer Wall, which gave a little bit of extra information. But unfortunately, they just had no way to close the distance. The smoke with the Fog of War, yeah, you're in nighttime, but Abed saw it coming with his own Observer.
Yeah, placement of the ward there helped him so much. Otherwise, might not have been able to see them in time. Fnatic gonna go for their smoke of their own. They've got a DD on Abed. Want to try to create some space in this bottom lane. And if they can transition this into a push right after, that would be ideal for them.
They're leaving. Pain are just gone. They're going to try and force the top tier 2 tower. So tier 2 for tier 2 is what Pain Gaming would like. Thanks to the fact you have a Luna in your lineup, you will push hard and fast.
middle tower is not safe. I see that
Highlight Eye just beating the drum, making
That
sure it
shakes
still
the
works.
arena.
We're feeling that back here.
Radiant's middle tower may need
So it's taking a little bit longer for Fnatic to force down the lane. They're getting the mid tower anyway. So Universe will get the last punch onto that one. So the tier 2 tower, Dragonform from Weehaw committed. And Fnatic have a choice. Do they go back and try and defend after their failed smoke? Or are they just happy with the trade-off?
You have to be happy with the trade-off at this point. Tower's way too low. You would have to TP 5 heroes up there one at a time. Nobody's in position. It would take so long.
Oh, looks
Maybe
like
they don't even get the trade-off.
Yeah, the tier 2 tower's taking some decent damage on bottom, but the fortification slowed down the push by DJ.
Yeah, Envy right now is taking this ancient stack, deeming that necessary and worthy. Sometimes this is what Nahas criticizes Fnatic for, going for the farm instead of just going for the easy objective.
But it seems to be better, right? Like, you don't want to give Pain Gaming the fight that they're looking for.
I don't think Pain would defend that either. It's a similar circumstance. If you're not set up for that fight at bottom,
Well,
just don't go for it.
Pain will force the fight. So King RD's pushing back the mid lane, but the rest of Pain Gaming, they were on the northern side of the map. They attacked Roshan, and now they're thinking twice about it. They're actually pulling out of Roshan after beginning the fight.
And they're all scouted right now. Fnatic should use this time to just pressure bottom, take this tier 2 tower, finally get the trade.
That's those Lycan Wolves. Eternal Envy may have been farming in the jungle, but his Wolves were scouting everything else.
He's trying to use him to get the last hit on the creeps too, but that is way too ambitious.
Also, tier 2 tower does fall. Fnatic claiming their 3rd tower on the map. All towers are even, as the safe lanes have lost everything external. And the mid's lost the tier 1 tower. Still feels a little bit nicer for Pain Gaming as far as connecting into Roshan. The rest of the world just happy just to hold. How's Pango looking? He's going in for Blink Dagger as his item build. Earn for the Ancient Apparition. Always find that item fun to see an Ancient Apparition who wants to hold back a little bit further for his Ice Blast. And the BKB is the choice from Weehaw. Finish the Shadow Blade, so he has his initiation item.
It's a good choice right now. There's a lot of magic damage on the side of Fnatic. Fnatic up 2k gold right now. Weehaw invised up with the Shadow Blade, trying to look for something.
Pain's gonna be really strong going into that fight when they're ready. Like, Luna's only a Mithril Hammer away from having her BKB. And if these ganks are successful from Weehaw, he gets his own BKB. That's a lot for Fnatic to deal with, and none of their magical damage to connect.
It's not easy for Abed to play without a BKB either. But Storm going for BKB right after the Kaya feels very unforgiving.
Yeah, he has the Orchid in the quick buy.
Yeah, you notice Universe, by the way, did go for that build. Helmet Dom into the pipe, and right after into the Crimson Guard. Mech just feels like such a bad item nowadays.
Yeah, this is that warm-up moment. This is when everyone can just have a drink of their beer. Or non-alcoholic beverage. And just prepare for the mid-game fight, because that's going to be amazing. That's going to have a lot of sustain inside of it.
Toby, they're drinking beer. Let's be real.
Yeah, we're real. It is on sale. All right, so... Got Blink Dagger? Yeah, Blink Dagger on the SK. So 2 initiating items from both sides, yet both teams still seem to be very happy to keep the status quo. Is there even really a need to change it until you have these BKBs? And once you have it, where is the first target? Do you actually look for the fight, or do you look to push the lane, look to take an objective like Roshan? Like, how do you instigate a fight in your favor?
I'd imagine for Pain, it's just try to get all your lanes in good order, find somebody trying to counter push out the lane, transition into the high ground. You have a Luna and a Dragon Knight.
So gank into push for Pain Gaming.
Or like pushing a gank. I don't know if it's super easy for them to go for the Roshan without almost entirely wiping Fnatic, just because they're almost always going to get spotted or scouted by Wolves. Warlock is incredibly strong in the pit with Fatal Bonds, being able to proc into Roshan as well. There's a lot of different ways for them to take that fight, so they have to be careful.
Everyone's pretty grouped up on that north side for Pain Gaming. They're waiting for the 18-minute rune, which will be an arcane for Abed.
You see what they did too? HFN, he was given the bottle so he could keep this DD for as long as possible, and that might prompt a Roshan. But that's still scary.
DD just popped. And that's Tavo's bottle that HFN's got. And Fnatic, keep your eye. That one little wolf, he's coming in around the side. And sentry wards are not down. Like, they're close, and they saw the wolf go in. So Weeha, as well as HFN, they know they're being watched. New sentries on all sides.
And this is what I'm talking about. It's such an awkward Roshan attempt with everyone from Fnatic alive. DJ
That
pressuring
may
this
actually
bottom
not
lane.
want to fight. Like, these Necro books are also going to time out pretty soon, so that Necro...
You don't want to give this up for free, though.
And, well, Rock is going to drop. Roshan, he's still pretty low, down at 1,300. Universe is looking for that opening, but then the Rolling Thunder through. Tavo keeping the backline in play. And the Control Blast is huge. Envy will pop, but here comes DJ. In with the epicenter. Universe as well is in a perfect spot. But the Eclipse for HFN. Under the protection, the BKB's too good, but Abed, the stolen Aegis, he'll revive him, but only into instant death. Universe wants to kill into the Duster, but he will not find it. A triple kill for the Luna. Tavo cleans up Pilot Eye in the back lines, and they want the last one. They want DJ able to blink away just in time before Tavo can connect. But they get the fight. They don't take the Aegis, but Pain Gaming will take mid.
That was such an awkward engagement for Fnatic. They waited for so long. DJ didn't move at all from that bottom lane. He came in over the top with the epicenter with a 10-second BKB used by the Luna. Negates all of that. HFN holds strong. They have so much control. It's like what I talked about. They just don't have enough to deal.
Into Sandstorm, he took the initial stun, and he actually defends the tower with this.
Okay, he keeps
calculated.
it And despite all that, Roshan was taken by the Dire.
Yep.
So aside from the kills, Pain don't really pick up any further objectives, but they do win the fight. They get a ton of levels on this Luna. Weeha gets really close to his BKB. This is the issue with Storm right now, though. You have this build where you don't have a BKB, but without the Orchid, you don't quite deal damage. You see him queue it up already. Even with the Aegis, he goes down twice so easily.
Yep. We had to have a quick little back look at this fight, and okay, maybe not. They're looking for aggressive wards now from Fnatic going into the Radiant jungle, preparing that pressure on bottom. They committed both Observer Sentry near the rune point. On the hill, just the obs. But it gives them information. They see Weeha fighting.
DJ, he's got the epicenter.
Yeah, DJ is ready for it. Preps the epicenter, lets it go. Ancient Apparition is closer, however, and then the back into a double stun. This is what Universe and DJ wanted around Roshan. They'll have to settle for it a little bit later. Tavo, Rolling Thunder through, pick up and throw down with the Fade Bolt. They don't have a lot of damage, and he goes for another Rolling Thunder. Looking for the hit, has to jump away. Swashbuckle doesn't give the distance required, and Fnatic keep the chase going. Abed has a double kill, and they're going to go for more. They go for King RD. He's the one right underneath the tier 3 tower. They don't worry about diving under it. They're fine. And Envy is strong, but HFN still the one man to stay alive. And are they really going to go in? Yep, they are. Tango can buy back. Ancient Apparition's back up. Prepare for that Ice Blast. Hit the bottom lane. He TP's a little bit further forward. Here comes the Ice Blast. Target to connect. No heroes hit by this. But they swashbuckle and clean up the lane, but the tier 3 tower is already lost. Fnatic at the dominated catapult, and they take the first tower and open up the shrines on the map.
What in the world did we just witness?
I am uncertain.
Fnatic, they get stomped in a fight. Find 2, find 3, then immediately just go for the bottom play. Tier 3 opened up by them. That is so dangerous now, playing against that Lycan, who has that freshly completed book 3. Pain, all of a sudden in such a weird position, caught out farming.
This is when they were meant to be strong. This is when the BKB from the Luna was going to... it worked as well around the Roshan pit, but because it was Fnatic, you had that weird engagement. But the BKBs are not both up yet. You're still short of it for the DK. He's got the Mithril Hammer, but it's back in the stash and still requires the recipe.
Yeah, this feels like a very reactionary play to what just happened. They're like, okay, we need to be in a 5-man position. They haven't waited for any of their items to complete. Like you said, Weeha, so close to that BKB, you'd like him to just wait for it and be a little bit more patient. Looking for this fight, Fnatic.
But the Lycan Wolves are moving out. They're looking for information, and this info is letting Fnatic know, just run back inside the base. So just push the tier 2 tower. Pain have to get something for this rotation. What they were denied by the SK before, but now it's Fnatic's turn. Smoke up, look for the fight. The Lycan Wolves giving so much information for Fnatic once again. The Wolves time out, and Pain know they're being stalked. It's not stopping HFN from attacking up into the Ancients, and Fnatic, Sentry Ward defensively moving up the hill cautiously.
Oh, HFN, he might just get isolated here.
Oh, again, Duster. Why do I feel like he is just the distraction? Okay, HFN survives because Duster gets initiated on. And everyone's in retreat. Wolves still watching and following HFN. Envy wants this. Like, he's gone for Shapeshift. He's going to dive underneath the shrine. SK's on his way, but DK in the neighborhood. Here goes your Eclipse.
He's controlled
through it, and the rock will drop, but the BKBs are protected. One more attack. Envy needs to die. HFN's attack does reach it. King RD was there for the control. It was the telekinesis that held him there. Tavo, he's rolling, bouldering through. He'll stun up too. The rest of Pain Gaming is taking a while before they can get to the front line, so Tavo, he's just too quick for the rest of his team to be there with him. But Lycan is down, Shapeshift is down, the blink is up for King RD, the jump up, Pilot Eye falls. 42-second window without the Warlock available, and they're coming for mid lane.
They're pinging right now. They drew the line. Weeha is going to lose the Dragon form, but with 2 heroes down, no Rock, even if the Warlock is alive, Toby.
This is a hard defense. Darkseer, maybe Universe just creates a wall to try and fight back against Pain Gaming. The bottom lane still pushing in. It will attack into the racks. Not to mention Storm Spirit's ready to fight. That's a double damage once again bottled up for the Storm Spirit. So the tier 3 tower falls. Pain, they do not find a gank. Dragon Knight was there in the Shadow Blade, but they will retreat.
Yeah, they should just reset things. Their bottom lane, they've got to deal with that first.
Yep.
Everyone TPing out right now. Fnatic.
There's some slow TPs when they all go to the same lane.
And once again, we just reset the game. Pain finding those pickoffs. Envy getting way too overzealous there. He was so far in front of the rest of his team. Thought he was just going to maybe force the BKB out on the Luna. HFN, he stood his ground, pops that old Weeha over the top with his own stun. Completely locks him down, unable to move. They had to use the rock for that. They know that it's still on cooldown. Weeha, he's got the Dragon form up and that freshly picked up BKB, newly minted.
Yep.
Try to get to Tavo here. He's spotted by the Wolf, Envy.
Oh, Tavo, there's your Blink Burrow Strike. DJ has him, and then a quick jump away. Swashbuckle, he wants a Rolling Thunder out. Here comes your Rise Bots as well. Holds Envy in position so he gets hit by it while the backlines. Pilot Eye gets picked up by King RD and HFN, and they'll find Universe too. Universe will make a couple of problems. There's a lot of problems, actually. It's all of Pain Gaming fighting from inside that Darkseer wall. EJ can blink and get back to Roshan. So a quick disengage as Pango for a tour.
They're going to go for the Shrine instead. They still want something out of this. 2 heroes dead on Fnatic.
Yeah, let's not make too many copies.
The Luna illusion is so strong.
Yep. Same
with the Dragon Knight one. That almost just killed King RD.
This is why I keep looking towards Darkseer. I'm looking for that combination as well. Like, it's not just Darkseer. It's having DJ there for the instant follow Burrow Strike. But it's like space needs to be created for that. Pilot Eye got wrapped around on Pain Gaming. That find was almost the perfect pincer.
Yeah, they're just not finding good angles for Pi to really play his hero. Most of the rocks this game have been largely used defensively.
Dust is out. He's going to try and...
Yes. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Ho-ho!
这波不亏，这波不亏，666。
And I believe we're back.
Bottom tower is in turmoil.
Recap what you missed. Nothing. But we get our bearings at least. So Pain Gaming are grouped up on the bottom lane. 5 heroes there. Fnatic are inside their jungle. 1 lane of Rex is at least exposed from either side. Bit of Fnatic. Bottom on the other side. And yep, it's a push on bottom lane that is not really going to be contested at all. This will be tier 1 and tier 2 tower falling down. They're waiting for Roshan. He will respawn in just over 1 minute and 20 seconds.
And that's why Pain going to go for a smoke of their own. Look for the fight, root it out.
Radiant's top tower needs bandages.
Try to take it into the Roshan, or maybe even transition it into a push. But the mid lane is being contested right now. DJ in the
he's just
pit.
sitting in the vortex reveals him, but a little bit too late. And DJ knows he can just jump away. I love their efficient game, just instantly from Fnatic at the very, very start. Like, okay, they just lost one of their observer wards, but they're covering north, east, and south of the pit.
Yeah, and I'd like to see Fnatic right now grab this tier 1 tower up at top. Last tier 1 tower in the game that exists. They need to continue to put pressure around the map. DJ gonna sandstorm this, clear out the wave, allow his creeps to just hit that.
A secondary initiating item for Weeha. He's got the Shadow Blade with the BKB, but the Blink Dagger's coming on the Courier too. Envy underneath the Observer Ward. They're waiting the timeout for the person. Lucid Beam with the Blink into perfect control. Pain Gaming, 50 seconds without Eternal Envy.
And they're gonna walk into the Roshan pit, see if it's up.
In
Maybe
16,
even think about mid.
15, 14. It may be a little too long. Pain Gaming made to say, let's just go down mid lane. That Rax is exposed, 30 seconds. There is still Rock. There is still the combination for Fnatic to defend this. DJ has to come home to make it work, though.
Yeah,
They're
DJ
using the Courier to scout Roshan.
He's gonna come back into this Weeha. Under the guise of the Sentry Ward, Fnatic are gonna back way the hell up.
Yep, they reveal it. This is the biggest problem when you're a team defending against Luna with no tower.
DJ, he's getting hit by the glaives!
Oh no, the Epicenter's wasted the backline. Gets one pulse into the DK, but here comes your Ice Blast. Universe forced after away from it. A rolling thunder in, sent up and towards the air. Is Tavo being distraction while the Rax is being taken? The Rax is gone. EE is back to World of Living. Is there a Burrow Strike? Is there something to try and grab him with? It is not happening. The melee is already gone. EE, no! In the back lines! Pain found him. He TP'd out. He thought he could fight, but the Observer Ward saw all. And Eternal Envy get tipped something.
They should tip him all 5 if you have a compendium at this point.
And
that's unbelievable.
Too many tips tilts the boat. Now Pain Gaming, they already have the mid that they can think about doing Roshan. If they knew the double damage rune is sitting out at the front of the pit too, they grab that and go. And that's exactly what will happen, Luna. You've already got 321 damage coming out of this Luna. Give her an extra buff, make it +3, 2, 1. It's one short of a throw.
Right now, HFN has an unbelievable amount of farm.
22,000 net worth to the 14,000 of Fnatic. And he's going to go into a Satanic. He looks like he's immortal.
He pretty much is at this point. And speaking of which...
yeah, he has the immortal. The Aegis. Thunder rolling through. Ice Blast. It connects. Pylite, he's had a hard enough game as it is, but this is brutal. And Tavo's not stopping yet. DJ. They don't have TP scrolls. So Luna's just running straight through the mid. The range racks, one hit and is gone. And they ping to go towards the top. It's the place where Fnatic will take the longest time to set up.
Envy, so close to that BKB, wants to try to complete it before this fight, but Pain might not just allow him that opportunity. This Aegis Luna is such a problem right now.
They need that blink back wall. They get the back. No wall follow-up. They didn't hit him. They blink further forward. The aggression from Pain Gaming takes off, and the Ice Blast up it. No regeneration, but the Rock as well as Fatal Bonds. Problems for Pain Gaming. If Weeha can do, actually, if anyone can do the damage, it was Envy just running in. But really, this game's over. They can't defend this. How does Fnatic do anything when they have no cause alive? Paradise dies in the front. Weeha with a triple kill. The backline gets picked, but all they can take is supports. GG, well played. Pain Gaming claim game 1 of the 3rd place matchup.
At just 32 minutes, Pain kept up the pace. They had that one moment at bottom, which was a little bit awkward, but still kept it rolling for the most part. HFN ending this game 9-0-10. We've been talking about him as a fantastic carry throughout the entire tournament. He delivers here on the main stage once again.
Yeah, Pain Gaming, this is just a beautiful thing. HFN strong, Weeha's comboing perfectly, Tavo doesn't die. Everything looks great for Pain Gaming. I cannot wait to see, though, what Fnatic can do to try and pull this back and give us a 3rd game in our 3rd place match.
Thank you very much, Toby one there, of course, with the commentary. We will, of course, come back to our commentary team for game number 2, but let's get the thoughts of our panel right now. I guess you're quite happy, Alan, because of the Pain Gaming win, but also I just want to point out, you've been saying all the way through the tournament, every game that you've seen from HFN has been world-class here. Yeah. And I know there's the whole argument about who's supposed to get in